We're going to explain how to remove merge cells in Excel. This is a common task, and thankfully, Excel makes it pretty straightforward. There are a couple of ways to do this, depending on your preferences and how many merged cells you're dealing with. Using the unmerge cells option, this is the most direct method. First, select the merge cells you want to unmerge. You can do this by clicking and dragging your mouse over the cells, or by clicking on one of the merge cells and then pressing Ctrl+A, if you want to unmerge all merge cells in the selection. Once the merge cells are selected, go to the Home tab on the ribbon. In the Alignment group, you'll find an icon that looks like two overlapping squares with a single square in the bottom right, labeled Merge and Center. Click on the small arrow next to it to open the drop-down menu. Select Unmerge Cells. That's it. Your merged cells will be separated, and the data will be restored to the top left cell of the previously merged range. If the top left cell was blank, the cell contents will be spread across those cells. Using VBA for advanced users and multiple unmerges. If you have a large spreadsheet with numerous merged cells spread across multiple sheets and you want a quick solution, a VBA macro can be very helpful. Open the VBA editor, Alt+F11, insert a new module, Insert Module, and paste the following code: VBA sub unmerge all, dim cell, as range for each cell in active sheet used range. If cell unmerge cells, then cell unmerge, and if next cell, end sub. This macro will unmerge all merged cells on the active sheet. You can modify the code to target specific sheets or ranges if needed. Remember to save your workbook as a macro-enabled workbook, XLSM. Execute the macro by running the unmerge all subroutine. 3. Dealing with data loss. Remember that unmerging cells can potentially lead to data loss if the top left cell of a merged range is blank. Excel will place the contents in the top left cell, meaning that any content in other cells within that merged range may be lost. Before unmerging cells, it's a good idea to make a copy of your sheet, or at least check the contents of the merged range, and manually copy any important data you might lose before you unmerge cells. That way, if you accidentally lose any data, you will have a backup. 4. After unmerging. Once you've unmerged your cells, you might need to adjust column widths and row heights to fit the newly unmerged content. You can do this manually or use Excel's AutoFit column width feature. Double-click the border between column headers. These steps cover the primary ways to remove merged cells in Excel, offering both simple manual methods and a more advanced VBA approach for large-scale unmerging. Remember to always back up your data before making significant changes to your spreadsheet.